Welcome to semifinal 3 of Open Mic. My name is Frankie Cena. I'm your presenter, and we are getting closer and closer to the grand final of Open Mic, and I cannot wait. Today we have performers ready to go, and each and every one of them will receive feedback. 4 will move on directly to the grand final, and the rest will be up to vote. So make sure you vote for your favorite contestant. Before we meet the singers, we got to meet the judges. A&R for Sony, Thames TV, and Future Music, Chris Grayston. International vocal coach, mentor, and owner of Vocalization Studio, Julie Miles. A&R at Polydor Records, Universal, Leon Haynes. Thank you, judges. Our first performer is Bianca.
With you by my side, with you by my side, shouldn't be scared, no worries are here, I need to be thankful, and nobody else can take care of me the way that you do, and that kind of love is just like my mama, who could have taken care of me if you were not around, just like the sun you light up my road in my darkest night, and every time I see your face, I wouldn't dare be sad. Deep down my heart, I'm forever thankful. I don't think I'm smart, I don't think I'm good, but you said I'm greater without no pressure. Said I'm your treasure. How do I give thanks to God that you're here with me? Till the last driving succeed. You are so brave, you are so strong. Wherever I go, wherever I am, never regretting the fact that I love you. I'm forever thankful, thankful. I'm forever thankful, thankful. With you by my side, with you by my side, I'm forever thankful. No worries are here, I need to be thankful. Oh, I'm forever thankful. Who said it was my friend? I was sleeping on the cradle bed and tears so sweet and fed to shade. What pain and sickness made me cry? Who glazed upon my happy eyes? You are my backbone. I'm thankful.
Performing an original, here's Faith.
I say I'm fine, but I feel like I'm losing time when you're not by my side. I can't get you out of my mind. You say you're tired, that you got things on your mind, but I don't wanna lose you now. I don't wanna lose you now. I don't wanna lose you now. Gave you my whole heart, you just tore it apart. was smiling and breaking behind this cover and faking. Inside me and breaking, I wish my feelings were vacant. But still I wanna stay. I say I'm fine, but I feel like I'm losing time when you're not by my side. I can't get you off my mind. You say you're tired, that you got things on your mind, but I don't wanna lose you now. I don't wanna lose you now. Don't wanna lose. Gave you my whole heart, you just tore it apart. I loved you so hard, but I thought you would start. Gave you my whole heart, you just tore it apart.
Our next performer is 14-year-old Jamie Mae Chester.
It was those brown eyes, cute smile, and the same floppy hair. You asked half of the room. Gave me that little shy but nice kind of vibe, and I need to go soon. So I go to leave, be discreet, find my north face and look back just once, just to see. Well, of course, there you are, no, you're never far, and you're looking back at me. And I couldn't tell you why I like you, but you smell like cigarettes, you're a mess, and those eyes could tell stories. Always just listening, just can't help fitting in easily. You like my Jordans, well I like your jeans, and we both know what this means. Don't slide away from me. Washed out dreams, just 16 and a taste for me on your tongue. Carry a locket in your back pocket, reminds you when you were young. And he says that he would do anything to go back in time, and he tells me everything will all be alright. I know, I can see it in your eyes. And I couldn't tell you why I like you, but you smell like cigarettes, you're a mess, and those eyes could tell stories. Always just listening, just can't.
Next up, we have Grace Colson.
Feel like I'm floating in space, everything's in slow motion, detached from reality. Always lost in my thoughts, way past midnight. When you cry, come back down, it's all in your head. Dreams will come and go, and nightmares seem to stay the red alert. Now listen up, slow down, and just keep breathing. And when I wake up, you'll be there. Just hold on to me. Stay with me in reality. Don't get too far, or you won't return. We can stay up all through the night, dance till sunrise, you and I. Hey, I'm not. Hey.
There you have it, our first 4 acts of semifinal number 3. Remember, everyone gets feedback tonight, so let's hear from Chris.
Well, the semi-finals are not disappointing us. Again, like we had last semi-final last week, was just out of the park. This is fantastic. So many originals, which is brilliant. Well done to everybody. Hats off. You're so on the right path with doing originals. The feedback for my 2 acts is going to be quite similar, actually, Bianca and Grace. Love the vibe and vocal that you had there, Bianca. But for me, little bit let yourself down on lack of performance there and expression in particular. Really want to bring it alive in your face and give us a bit more movement. And I think visually you could have brought a little bit more to the background and thought processing if you look at some of the other acts we've got. But can't fault the vibe of the song, and your vocal was fantastic. And a similar for Grayston a little bit. I feel that you had a super vocal, but it was also very static. And, you know, there's movement in the song, but you were very motionless all the time. And I didn't get the connection to the emotion of the song. Sorry, I probably repeated that myself, but you know, that's what we want to see come across. You know, you're conveying that emotion in that song, and both of you were a little bit short in those departments. So I would look to really work on that, bring it alive, get us connected to the emotion of the song as the message.
Thank you, Chris. Julie.
Yes, like Chris, just so encouraged to see so many originals yet again. This is what it's all about. And I'm absolutely delighted, particularly with that first section, to have seen that, you know, there was quite a few there that we didn't put through from our judges' votes, because we have so few we can put through. So I'm so pleased that you did get those votes together, because you are worthy. You're worthy of being in this semi-final. My feedback is for Faith, and yeah, what a gorgeous, gorgeous sound that you've got. It kind of reminds me possibly being influenced by Georgia Smith, singers like that, but a very, very current sound, a really great vibe, lovely texture and tone to your voice, but still with a little bit of edge there to give a few little flicks and runs and so on. And the song was great. You know, you could really hear that the hook was there. So a lot going right about that. I would say, again, being super picky, which we're going to be, because you all deserve to get these little gems of you know, how you can make yourselves better. I would say just be careful. This is because you're actually doing it on video. I think when you only see from the kind of waist upwards on a singer, if there's a lot of movement, it can be kind of feel a bit disconnected and a bit erratic. So just be careful next time that you do video yourself, if it is more of an upbeat song, try to either show a bit more of your body, or just try to be a little bit more considered and deliberate with the movements, because yeah, that was a little bit distracting. And I think probably because you got everything so right, you could have been a little bit more, just a bit more creative with your backdrop. But there was a lot to like about that performance, Faith.
Thank you, Julie. And Leon.
Yeah, really good start. Really refreshing to see everyone doing such great original songs, and, you know, just starting the journey in a really positive manner, because realistically, the only way you're going to develop is by just getting started and just performing them on a regular basis. I'm going to be giving feedback on Jamie May Chester. Again, I was really happy with your performance, you know, great quirky style, cool backdrop. I think really, you know, reflected your personality as well, so gave a bit of insight there. Lovely, you know, the song, your voice was very unique sounding, and I think the song was good overall, to be honest. The only thing I could say is potentially the camera angle could have been a little bit better. Sometimes those type of angles where you're almost looking down at the audience, it just looks a bit odd, but otherwise, you know, it was a good performance from you.
Thank you, Leon. Next up, we have 11-year-old Hensel Joshua.
I hate you, and I was just kidding myself. Every moment I start to replace the note that I hear are the words that I needed to say. And you hide under the surface like troubled water running cold. Time can heal with these walls, so before you go, Was there something I could have said to make your heart beat better? Hits me high and mine can make a storm to weather. So before you go, was there something I could have said to make it all stop hurting? Hits me high and mine can make it feel so worthless, yeah.
Our next performer is Lottie.
I hear your favorite subject that hums around my head. You know yourself so well. Try looking out instead. We're never really there until we realize it's all a memory. No, no. Love you so, I just can't let you go. The stupid things you say don't mean nothing to me, but you're always those space that puts me in my place. I want you to move on. You don't mean nothing, nothing to me. We talked about our future, the life we had ahead, but now that it don't mean nothing. Go to someone else, my friend.
Here's a judge's choice. It's Leona May.
I don't wanna smile today. Don't wanna laugh at your jokes. I'll try, but I won't. They were getting pretty old anyway. I woke up just fine today, but there's a lump in my throat. The words that I wrote won't get out on the paper right. 'Cause every little thing you do makes me tighten up inside. No, I don't wanna smile tonight. So I'll lie there, half a world away. A movie's on replay in my mind, wishing I was someone else today. I'll lie there, wondering what to do, and knowing in the morning I can shake this feeling through. But for now, it's okay to be blue. What the hell did I do now? You tear at my throat, then shout when I don't. Guess you could say that I'm a sensitive soul, but it doesn't help. When I'm feeling low, it feels like you don't even try to sympathize at all. 'Cause every little thing I do seems to drive you up the wall. It's getting pretty old. So I'll lie there, half a world away. A movie's on replay in my mind, wishing I was someone else today. I'll lie there.
Next up is 13-year-old heartbreaker Louis Simons.
What gives you the right to go and leave me like that? You and lies. No, well, I might as well just lay down and die. Lay down and die. Lay down and die. I had a vision for you and me. You didn't feel the same way, and it's clear. Why would you do that to me? You are a villain disguised as a queen. I see a future, but what do I know? You will always be the star of my show. We can figure this out, just you and I. Know you were my angel that fell from the sky. I had a vision for you and me. You didn't feel the same.
Our last performer from the under 18s is Maggie.
Too many times I tried to kiss and make up and tell you that I'm fine. I lied, I cried, denied myself the chance to walk away. I get the feeling I'll never escape, and in the back of my mind I hear her calling my name. We've become echoes, people fade away. And in the back of my mind, she's calling out for me to stay. The walls coming down on our glass house, and I'm waiting for it to break. I won't wait no longer. Doesn't kill me, makes me stronger. Not living my life someone else's rules. Now I won't stay quiet. Got a voice and I have found it. You want time is right out. I got nothing to lose. Oh, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. Too many times you tried to lock me down and steal my strength away. Never intended for me to escape. And in the back of my mind, I hear her calling my name. And in her open arms, she holds out the key to the cage. I won't wait no longer. Doesn't kill me, makes me stronger. Your time has run out. I got nothing to lose. Oh.
That concludes our under 18 category for semifinal number 3. Let's start with Julie.
Yes, so honestly, I am so impressed with this category again this week, this show. It's honestly, they're just, these teens and in some cases, 11-year-olds. It's just crazy. So I have got the pleasure of giving feedback for the only two guys in this category. So first of all, we had Hensel. So Hensel, I think you just need to relax. It was I kind of felt when you started, you were almost kind of getting ready to kind of receive somebody in line or whatever. You just remember, this is singing, it's fun, and you just literally need to relax and just, maybe not be so nervous, sorry. That was going to be a mixture of nervous and formal. And what was happening is because there was a lot of, there was so much rigidity in your body, and that really translated into your mouth as well. So we weren't hearing the full scope of your voice. So, you know, if you talk and don't move your lips very much, it does become very muffled. So capital P for potential here, because what I did hear every so often was this beautiful, bright and agile voice that came out in a couple of runs. So clearly the potential is absolutely there in your voice, and you just need help to unleash it. But start with, if you're not working with a vocal coach or a singing teacher or whatever, start with just a simple thing of actually opening your mouth when you sing, and that will make a huge amount of difference, because there's definite potential there. Exactly the same for lovely Lewis. And Lewis, this you made me laugh last time as well, and this was the second time that you made me laugh when you said, this is about my most recent breakup. What is going on with you? How many girlfriends have you had at 13 years old? Honestly, but clearly you've got subject matter to work with, which is great when you're writing originals. So yeah, you really made me smile. Again, huge potential. I just think you've started thinking like a superstar. You're working on albums, you know, creative touches like having the lyrics in the background. I can see why you did it, but if I'm completely honest, I would have loved to have seen more of you, although I did enjoy seeing those lyrics. So yeah, a little bit of adjustment there, because I wanted to see you in the frame, not you right at the side. Love the song, really great song, another catchy song. And again, voice has definitely, you know, you have got a strong potential there. I think what we needed was just a little bit of change in dynamic once you kind of started the same as you kind of ended. So a little bit more would have been great. But yeah, there's something definitely going to happen for you, Lewis. Super impressed.
Thank you, Julie. Leon.
Really great bunch of performers, to be honest. I'm going to be giving some feedback on Lottie and Maggie. I'll start with Lottie. So yeah, I found this to be very charismatic delivery, you know, almost like a vintage soul type of vibe. I love the red lights, and I felt like it really set the mood. And you come across as a confident performer. You know, the music was good, the performance was good, and you had a real, you know, cool, distinctive voice. Whilst I like the red lighting, there could have been a bit more done with the lighting, because it did come across just slightly dim, to be honest. But otherwise, you know, you've got a really distinctive sound. Maggie, again, cool backdrop, you know, quite the opposite, quite bright lit, you know, a bit of visuals on the projection there. That was a nice touch as well. And your voice was really silky smooth, to be honest. It sounded, you know, quite competent in quite a few areas, to be honest, you know, so it was really a good delivery. I guess there could have been, you know, maybe a bit more dynamics with the, you know, the actual composition of the music, but otherwise, you know, I really enjoyed your performance too.
Thank you, Leon. Chris.
I think what's really cool is that it's really obvious to all our judges, I think, and everyone watching this, that there's a distinct upgrade in this semi-final. Even though we've seen quite a few not judges' choices have come through on the, you know, maybe second choice with the judges and then relied on some voting. It shows that the standard has jumped up, and that's really pleasing, certainly for me and the other judges, I'm sure. Leona May, I think she's a really strong, a real artist there in the making, a really good songwriter. I think you've got all the ingredients there. A little bit disappointed, as we talked amongst the judges, that you didn't maybe look at the feedback. I don't really get why the keyboard's in front of you if you're not playing it. That makes no sense, really. And maybe looking at some of the other acts, a bit smarter with the visuals as well. And I think where you really benefit from, and to really sharpen up what you're doing, is trying to get a bit more guitar dynamics going on and really drive through the hook. At some point you were playing it very softly, but not really using that guitar to full effect to drive that song home, which I think you could be. And I think you could be a bit more committed to that, work on the guitar dynamics, and I think you will go to the next level with it.
Thank you, Chris. We now move to the over 18 category, starting with a guy from Newcastle. This is Joe Treacy.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Your body closer to mine. Oh, we can go for a midnight ride. Jump in the back and I'll make you mine. Don't you stop before it's time to get off. Round 2's just begun. I got another one, but the diggity feeling that is repeating is peeling, and I can see that your heart is heaving. So give me a bitty, a grippity, hippity, stickity love. I'll be there with a passionate kick in the shot. Just let me grip your body tight. Let me grip your body closer to mine. Oh, we can go for a midnight ride. I will show you how I make you mine. It was a couple of weeks ago. I was in your home. I was sitting on your sofa, then you leaned over and you said to me, do you think we're gonna go far? Then I looked in your head, and the things that I just read, well, I got a better idea instead. Why don't we go to bed? 'Cause we can figure it out. If you give me just a minute, we can think about, would you like another drink? You can put it on me, 'cause I wanna make you feel in my company, and my heart won't beat you step on now. I just been through 2 whole rounds, and I don't see what it is you want with me, 'cause
Here is Do Re Mi.
Talk to me. Why you never talk to me? Talk to me. Surprised that there's no us. We ain't spoken months, it's enough. Now you want my Snapchat and star it all. Like you forgot. You forget too easy, forget too much. I just been so busy, forgot your touch. Sometimes you need to realize that you just ain't that guy. Won't be so dumb this time, so don't waste my time. You ain't even that great, look how I ate. Damn, wanna snack on my pics, full plates on the gram. You're so cheap, I'm ashamed I bought your stuff. Been gassed up for so long, forgot who you were chilling with, yeah. Don't insult me asking why I moved on. You know how bad you did me wrong. Give you a chance.
Next up, it's Ellie Burke.
And I
performing an original, here is George Young and Greg.
Fire burning in your eyes, explode a fuse inside my mind, taking apart and hold today. There's only feelings of dread. When the sunlight comes to pass, I'm broken now, lay down your ground. Is this real or make believe? This feeling's grown inside of me.
It's BB Phoenix.
I love you, I love you, I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you. Yeah, things were sweet 3 months ago. And I was running round and round in circles.
Yeah, things were sweet 3 months ago. When I was living how I wanted on my own, and I thought,
yeah, things were sweet 3 months ago. Before the world reset and paused for a moment. Yeah, things were sweet 3 months ago. And we lived freely, or so
yeah, things were sweet 3 months ago. Drunk 3 times this week. Spent all my money on a fleeting moment. I've been drunk 3 times this week. Spent all my money on a fleeting moment. I've been drunk 3 times this week.
I love you, I love you, I love you. Yeah, I meant it. I really, really meant it. Yeah, I meant it. I really, really meant it.
Our last performer of this set is Katarina.
Funny Valentine, sweet comic Valentine, you make me smile with my heart. Your looks are laughable, unphotographable, yet you're my favorite work of art. Is your figure less than Greek? Is your mouth a little weak? When you open it to speak, I
But don't change your hair for me, not if you care for me. Stay, funny Valentine, stay. Each day is funny Valentine's Day.
And we start with feedback from Chris.
Yeah, I think as always with the over 18s, you really see the distinctive styles coming out. No different here, which is really good to see. Makes it a really eclectic mix to watch for everyone. Joe Tracy, I felt you had a really good feel to your song. It flowed well, but I just wonder if that's really got a single potential. I really didn't necessarily feel that the vocal hook was catchy enough for me. There was nothing that kind of resonated in my head afterwards. It felt like it stunk of something that really needed something to really kind of sort of pick it up at the pace and kind of really leave you coming away sort of, you know, tapping it and having it in your mind. And I just didn't think it was quite there. So really focus on trying to be a bit unique and really on that, the catchiness of the song, really make it stand out, that unique signature song that you need, because you've got it all there. But that's what I would look to work on. And that only comes from writing more and more, and really working with other people and collaborating and really refining your songwriting art until you get that real signature tune. George Young and Greg, you know, loved the song, loved the feel, like I was in a gig there. You know, if we had to be critical, couldn't really see any of you too well. Visually, it felt a little bit far away. And maybe would have benefited from a bit of movement homing in on you. We could see you guys, couldn't see the expression. Although it was a catchy song, I just think maybe visually that just let it down in terms of really getting us engaged in the performance that you were doing. But nevertheless, really enjoying the semi-finals here. As I said, it's maintained a really high standard, so let's hopefully it carries on throughout this semi-final.
Thank you, Chris. Julie.
So at this point, I think it's time to use the phrase mixed bag again, because it certainly was quite a eclectic collection of, very diverse. So I'm giving feedback for Do Re Mi and BB Phoenix. So Do Re Mi, really love your look. You've just got something very, very striking about you, and it was quite nice to see you at that angle and then, you know, turn round. I think it even though it was a kind of less is more background, I did expect more. I think you overpromised with that kind of stance, and for me it was just, there just wasn't enough intent. I think what you've really got to think about is, what is your purpose? What is, you know, when you're writing a song, what is its purpose? And then how are you going to drive that further with your voice? So I think kind of overall, it just felt a little bit lackluster. I just wanted you to ramp up some gears, and just give me something to just want to hook into. So just have a, watch that back, listen to the feedback, and just have a little think about that. What was the purpose with the song that you were doing, and how can you get your voice to actually drive that further for us? For yourself, to be fair, not just for us. BB Phoenix. So yeah, again, I kind of felt there was a bit of a lack of content, but in a different way. Your performance was completely on the flip side. It was very, very intense. It was very confident. I think you did have a purpose, although if I'm completely honest, I didn't understand what it was. And I think, you know, what you did lack in confidence, you certainly made, what you did lack in content, you definitely made up for it in that intensity and confidence. But I just think, again, what was the purpose of that performance? What did you want us to get out of it? Because, like I say, I'm kind of a little bit scratching my head. But I can see that there's huge creativity there. There's definitely an artist who I think probably knows who they are. But maybe it needs, I don't know, maybe it needs the live feel, more interaction. So yeah, so interesting to act.
Thank you, Julie. Leon.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be speaking on Ellie Burke and Katarina. I mean, two great acts, you know, two very different styles, to be honest. And, you know, that's one thing I love about this competition is just the variety, you know, of genres and styles and interpretations of music, to be honest. And I guess that's the key thing to remember, is everything's just about perspective in all scenarios. So yeah, Ellie, you know, real well thought out backdrop, looked like it had quite a high resolution camera he was using. Everything looked, you know, very high quality. The song sounded well composed and, you know, very emotive, to be honest. Interesting concept about the rain, but yeah, it worked for what it was, to be honest. So, you know, it was a good job. I'm not sure if there was something very distinctive enough that really gripped me in the performance, but I guess it did what it said on the tin, to be honest. So for me personally, I feel like there's still some work to be done in your own development, just in terms of being a bit more distinctive and finding that kind of key selling point that's going to really draw the crowd into you, to be honest. And Katarina, again, really liked what you did, to be honest. And I think it was really refreshing to see, you know, whilst it's online, you know, to do the performances, you've really made a real big effort, you know, in terms of, you know, image, dress sense. You've got a full band there. The camera angles have been utilized correctly. We're really getting full angles of all the musicians. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. I'm not sure it was the right song in terms of, you know, that kind of lead single. There's definitely a distinctive style that you've got, but there's maybe a different song that you could potentially have performed, which could have, you know, had a bit more of an impact.
Thank you, Leon. Our next performer is Kelly Dale.
Now that she's back in the atmosphere, with drops of Jupiter in her hair, she acts like summer and walks like gray. Reminds me that there's a time to change it. Since her return from the stay on the moon, she listens like spring and she talks like June.
Next up, another judge's choice. It's Key Dot.
If you don't wanna hear about it, I don't wanna know. I'm not stepping out my way to let you see me grow. If you're not gonna listen to me, I'm not gonna shout. I'm not begging you to say something I'm better without. I cried all night when I said I was fine. I cried all night when I said I was fine. You're here and it's clear that you are never mine. If you're trying to bring me down, nah, it's over. There's something you should know by now. Yeah, it's over. We're over. Ooh. It's over now. Yeah. We're over.
Our next performer is Lewis Scobie.
When you're feeling bound, getting chased by a hound, all you can do is run, you can never make a sound. Your mind is getting slow, you can feel them getting close, but you're trapped out in the cold, thinking of those good old moles. Now don't go get me wrong, my mistakes are far from small. If there were prizes for being no anchor, I'd probably have them all. Fill the void with apologies, not yet standing on 2 feet, but I'll do the best I can. I'm not a man by any means. Can't see the dying man who's lying next door, as the nurses say just today. And I don't know how soon it will be before it comes after me. In reality, if the roof's coming down and there's no one around, where to call me? If your room's getting cold and you're feeling alone, where to call me? Won't find happiness at the bottom of a bag, but you just might get a buzz, but be sure that it won't last.
Next up, we have Mason the Healer.
Ooh, I bet I smoke another. Ooh, I ought to smoke another. Maybe I just need another. Maybe I need another token. Stomach flux, eyes shut. Like I'm coming free floating, face soaking. Is this the moment that I've been hoping? That there's such a confident thought of me rated from dark chambers of my imagination. Feels like incarceration, or is this just a system we chose? Yeah. It's got me tense, like me to spin froze. Yeah. I said, damn, this town I live in. I said, damn, this place I live in. Damn, this town I live in. I said, damn, this forsaken place I live in. I'm so scared of myself. I don't know if I'll fail, but cross my heart and hope to die. It must be better than this life. So here I am, this is all it is. I am all in this and this is all in me. It is just a game that I must complete. And the pain will make you think that it's realer than it is. See, the clouds will make you dim, thoughts will make you sin. There's a mist over my heart and the fog will make you see. I guess it was this place that I grew up in, or then maybe it's this world and it's tearing at the seams. I said, damn, this town I live in. I said, damn, this, yeah, damn, this place I live in, damn.
Performing a cover, this is Melody Joy.
The more I seek you, the more I find you. The more I find you. The more I love you. I wanna sit at your feet, drink from the cup in your hand, lay back against you and breathe, feel your heartbeat. And this love is so deep, it's more than I can stand. I'm melting your peace, so overwhelming. The more I seek you, the more I find you. The more I find you. The more I love you. I wanna sit at your feet, drink from the cup.
Our last performer of the night is Peter Thomas.
It's never easy being me. It's never easy, no one can see past who I was in the younger, a furry man's friend and in debt to a gangster. It's never easy being me. It's never easy, no one can see past who I was in the younger, past all I get with this old wise man, hindered for the rest. Might not seem like a test to you, but to me, it's all I'll ever be, and it's all I've ever been. Oh, it's like the gold dice are ringing, and the stars surrounding are singing, deliver it all, deliver it all. Oh, it's like the gold dice are ringing, and the stars surrounding are singing, deliver it all, yeah. Deliver it all. Oh, with a bounty on his head, who knows him, and the pressure of a few who show him that there's a princess there to hold him. But that's not all you know her from. She's not stuck where people see she belongs, like the man in the song, yeah. Oh, hindered for the rest, wanna seem like a test to you, but to me, it's all I'll ever be, and it's all I've ever been, never been. No, it's under a gold dice ringing, and the stars surrounding are singing, deliver it all, deliver it all. Oh, it's inside the gold eyes are ringing, and the stars surrounding us singing, delivering all, oh, delivering all, yeah.
And that concludes semi-final 3. Let's see what the judges think, starting with Chris.
Well, I think we can really see some contenders here from that last batch, really putting it out there. In particular, Key Dot and Lewis Scobie really loved the visual aspect of what you brought there. I'm speaking about Kelly Dale as my first one. Lovely vocal, Kelly, and it's feeling hard for me to say this, but I kind of feel I have to, because it's obviously not necessarily gone in. We've had auditions, we've had the live shows and the semi-finals, and it's like you've applied for the wrong job. I mean, it's like it's all about a competition about being original and being your own artist, and you're doing a cover, and it just isn't going to stand up to the rest. And I think that there needs to be attention to detail, and that's what we're saying week in, week out. We say watch the other shows, listen to the feedback, see what we're saying, and if you're not going to do that, and if you're not going to put the miles in, unfortunately you're just going to come up short with that. So I think that's really important that you really focus on that, and maybe take that away for the positive message it is meant to be. And I don't mean to be harsh on that, but it kind of feels like you're shortchanging yourself, because you've got a good vocal, and we say it week in, week out, and what happens. So I think you've a little bit let yourself down there, I'm afraid. Mason the Healer, we impresses every round. I know Julie has definitely got you down as one of her favourites. What you brought today was beautiful sounding. You've got your own sound, your own look, and the way you're going to do that. It's not going to be Radio 1, it's not going to be for everyone, but certainly something I'd love to have, in the background, nice and chilled, makes me feel really relaxed. And I think it's really key for you to find out where you are in the music industry, finding that label that's really going to support what you're looking to do as an artist, and they will back you to the hill. So, that's good. And hopefully, that USP and really hone in and finding those, that collective, that radio station, that record label that can really support you to go much further, because you've got all the ingredients there. As I said, not going to be mainstream, but certainly going to be ticking a lot of boxes for a lot of people.
Thank you, Chris. Julie.
Oh, sorry, is it me? I was still drifting away in Mason the Healer land. I'm sorry, but his voice just does something to me. So anyway, I'll just leave it there, but I thought it was better said. So seriously, somebody else who really does something for me is Key Dot. And I think, you just had to look at the immediate pop of visual to just see what we're talking about in terms of the possibilities of being creative and just going that extra mile and putting the effort in to show us that you really, really do want to be in this industry. You want to be taken seriously. You want something to happen for you. So I thought visually, we got 3 for the price of 1, which I just thought was a stroke of genius. Really great. Very, very, just again, full of intent and purpose, staring down that camera, looking absolutely brilliant. Really, the song again, very, very current. I think I maybe said this the last time, but there's something a bit of Mabel about you that really stands out, but definitely very current. I think if I'm being really picky, I think your voice it feels just a little bit tight. I would love you to get a little bit more release on that. I did see little signs of it every so often that there is definite agility there, but I do just want, it just seemed like it was being held a little bit firm. I would like you to just expand it more and get some more range out. But yeah, I thought you were absolutely great. Melody Joy. So I had this down as a cover. I actually didn't know the song at all. So whether it's a cover or an original, I'm not sure. But I just feel, unlike what we saw with Key Dot, which was just, immediate. We knew what was going to happen, and it was hooking us in. I think with this melody, it just felt like just a bit of a slow burner in terms of the song. I mean, the background, the camera angle, it really wasn't engaging. and it wasn't engaging enough to kind of want to know more about the story, which is a real shame, because you know there's a lovely quality about your voice. There's a breathiness. There's a nice, you know, really kind of smoothness to it. But I just feel that you just need to, again, going back to what was the purpose. And I think, you know, you got votes together to get yourself back in the semi-final. And I think if the purpose is that you just enjoy it, you love it, and you want to be seen, then you have ticked that box. And, you know, really well done for putting that effort in. But I just think, you know, in the time that you've got, which is such a short amount of time, we just needed you to deliver something quicker.
Thank you, Julie and Leon.
Yes, really impressed, really impressed. Again, it's always great, you know, just to see some of the acts that we've seen progress throughout the competition and just see how they've developed, you know, some of them taking on feedback, some of them maybe struggling to do so, but it's all part of the learning and the development journey, to be honest. So I'll be giving some feedback on Lewis Scobie to start with. Yeah, musically, I like what you did, to be honest. You know, I felt like there was some good musicality there, you know, with the instrumentation and harmonica, guitar. Although it did sound a little bit, how can I say, produced or engineered to some extent. You know, I'm not sure if there was some mixing going on. And I guess the point of this type of competition is for things to be a little bit more organic, in terms of, you know, how you're performing. But, you know, I like that modern folk style of music that you performed. You know, I think there's definitely an area for that. It's almost sea shanty-esque, to be honest. So yes, good work from you, and also great backdrop, great scenery that you performed in. And then Peter Thomas, I wasn't 100% sure on the overall performance. I felt like the song, to be honest, sounded quite good. I felt like there needed to be just a bit more of a focal point in the track, you know, some kind of a hooky element, because the way it sounded, there was just a lot of lyrics, and, you know, the music was great, but it sounded more like, you know, just something that you would do to warm up the crowd, as opposed to like a proper song that will grip people and people can sing along to. So definitely just some further development to do in terms of song structure as well. But, you know, you've got a good voice and got the potential to make some big changes.
Thank you, Leon. Thank you, judges. It's time to find out who is moving on to the grand final of Open Mic. And while the judges deliberate, we have a guest act. He is the winner of BBC's All Together Now and a former grand finalist of Open Mic. Here is Michael Rice.
Every single lie that tells me I will never
It's time to find out who's moving on to the grand final. Let's begin with Chris.
Well, we're at that stage now where you could sniff that grand final. If you don't quite make it through with the judges, then and hopefully get 75 points. If you don't with that, could be silly little things, song choice, all the sort of bits of feedback we've come back with. If you can refine and sharpen them, who knows when you get to that grand final. We've seen it in previous years. We've seen it in the semis as well. People coming through from nowhere just to knock out of the park with a good performance after being solid in the competition. But anyway, I think this act has got huge potential. From the under-18s, I really want to see real commitment in the grand final, but going through is Jamie May Chester.
Thank you, Chris. Congratulations, Jamie May. Julie, who is your choice?
Well, our deliberations are becoming my favourite part of the show. I'm really, really going to miss them when this is over. This girl, I just think, is potentially going to be a superstar. She's not just my choice, which is great. So well done, Key Dot. You've made it through to the grand final. Can't wait to see what you bring us.
Thank you, Julie. Congratulations, Key Dot. Leon.
Yeah, this young lady, very promising, lots of great potential. So I'm going to be going with Lottie. Well done.
Thank you, Leon. Congratulations, Lottie. Now it's my choice. I must say I have been getting some praise on social media for my choices, so I really hope to keep up the great work in this choice for tonight. There were several great singers, but this performer, I think they have the look, they have the vibe, they have the voice, and my vote going to the grand final is Mason the Healer. But our judges also have 75 votes to give away to their second choices, so let's find out who is getting those, starting with Chris.
Well, as we've seen, 75 votes is a huge step towards the grand final, but you'll probably see from last week it isn't enough, so you do need to make sure that you gain some support as well. It's a good step into it, but it's only one step in there. This was hugely contested. There was a real a raft of people that just missed out for different reasons, but for me, just pipping it with just a breathtaking landscape is Lewis Scobie. 75 votes to you, my friend.
Julie.
Yes, thank heavens for the 75 votes. This girl actually was, Frankie and I absolutely loved her. So it gives me huge pleasure to give those 75 votes to Grace Coulson. But please get your friends and family to get behind you and make sure that it is enough to get you through.
Thank you, Julie. Congratulations, Grace and Leon.
Yeah, so my 75 points going to go to this cool group. Good vibe, great performance, good song. George Young and Greg, well done.
Thank you, Leon. There you have it. 4 people moving on to the grand finals, 3 people receiving 75 votes. We have just one more semifinal show. We cannot wait to see it, and we'll see you there at Open Mic.